It's the mid-season finale of The Flash, and it's not coming back for like a month, so before we have Flash withdrawals, we're gonna chat about it on Flash Chat. Hey everyone, welcome to Flash Chat at WCCB Charlotte CW, and we have some great guests with us today. All right, to my immediate right, we've got Robert Jenkins, who does Fluffy the Cat. We've got Jason Spooner, who is a comic appreciator and digital marketer. And Andy Smith, you probably recognize him, andysmithart.com, draws all kinds of awesome things. So, Robert, tell us about Fluffy the Cat. I saw this at North Carolina Comic Con, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're the cutest. So tell us about it.
Well, Fluffy the Cat is actually, it's based on me and my cat. It's a little web comic strip that I do. It's kind of I like to think of it as a cross between Calvin and Hobbes meets Peanuts. You know, kind of like the boy and his dog meets the weirdness of a toddler kind of a thing. You know, I always grew up watching like the Heathcliff cartoon, so kind of based it on that. And
it's adorable. And you did an Arrow and a Flash for us because Fluffy gets to wear costumes, unlike my cat Clem, who goes real angry if you even try to put a hat on her. I'll have to post a picture of that. I have a cat too. How long have you been doing this?
I have been doing this for probably 5 years now. I'm trying to slowly kind of get the webcomic kind of off the ground. I always was a big fan of the cosplay, the cat cosplays. I always thought they were hilarious. I would never in a million years do it to my cat, but I figured I'll do it to this guy.
I would love to see, I think it's specious. There aren't cat costumes, and I've looked. I have literally, my boss downstairs gave her a Santa hat, and it was, you would have thought somebody was attacking her. I tried to put this thing on her, and I got a picture with her, but that was it. But they don't make costumes for cats. Where can we find Fluffy the Cat?
Fluffy the Cat, you can find him on my website, homeofthefluffy.com, my Facebook page, facebook.com/homeofthefluffy, or Tumblr at FluffyWho.
Oh, so check it out. And you can commission some cool art. I think these are awesome. Now, Jason, tell us about, first of all, your comic appreciation. What are you into?
Well, that's a good question. So I haven't really grown up with comics like these guys might have, but I've gotten into them as I get a little bit older and older. And I'm like, you know, I appreciate this art form. So a lot of the classic superhero stuff I really dig, and then anything that's kind of film noir, that has kind of a detective 1940s slant, I like to read that. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've just gotten into them too, so you're in good company.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Every time I have a real question about what's deep, I go to this guy. I'm like, so what's going on here? Where's the story?
We'll be watching some of the Flash episodes live, and something will happen. I'll go, Andy, what was that? What did it mean? I don't know. I don't know everything. I don't know, like, maybe a fraction of anything. And Andy, what have you been working on?
I'm still working for Marvel on the third Thanos graphic novel, which I'm about to finish, doing some advertising stuff. And I brought goodies along because it is the holiday time. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah. What better for Christmas presents for the budding artist than I've written 2 books on how to draw comics. I brought the Earth 2 trade paperback, or hardcover I should say, that has my Earth 2 stuff for DC that comes out in the next week or so. And Armor X is a book I created with a friend of mine, Keith Champagne, that's out as well.
What a name.
All these. Keith Champagne.
Fanciest of names.
Every time I call him, he answers and I go, "What's up, sip of champagne?" So.
That's awesome.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
And where can you find these if they want to buy them?
You can go to Heroes Aren't Hard to Find locally and get them. Yeah. And, you know, book retailers as well, of course, and online and whatnot. So.
Well, I think you should. Those are good Christmas gifts. Comic Christmas gift theme. And speaking of Christmas themes, you could have maybe made a drinking game out of last night's episode. Okay, I get it, it was a Christmas episode, but they literally said every Christmas cliche possible. What was your least favorite one?
It was just that.
I'm going to have to say all of them.
It was just the amount of times they said it. It was almost like somebody's leaving and they're like, all right, I'll catch you later. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
And you're just like, okay,
ho, ho,
we get it.
Well, they never said it happy either. It was always very threatening. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Just gonna kill you. I liked, my favorite one was though when Mark Hamill said, Feliz Navidad, here's a real war on Christmas or something. That was timely. I wondered how, they must have wrote that a while ago, but I don't know, they snuck it in there. Maybe they were like, we need to reshoot this scene because of Starbucks.
I was gonna say, they needed that red Starbucks cup.
They did.
Ho, ho, ho.
You notice the Jitters didn't do a seasonal blend.
No,
They didn't have a seasonal cup.
That's true.
My favorite scene was Captain Cold, our little dude over here that I stole from my coworker's desk without asking. My favorite scene was when he had a reindeer mug. And what did you guys think about Captain Cold this episode?
I mean, I love Wentworth Miller. He's great. He's a great actor. He plays the role so well. I like him. I like the fact that, he has that deal with Barry where he won't kill him. So, as soon as he showed up broken out of jail, I was like, he's going to tell Barry. He has to.
Yeah.
And he did. So, he's keeping up that part of his villain code at least.
Yes, they were good in the promos and making you think maybe he was in on it. Mm-hmm. But no, he left. Do you think they're setting him up well? The lines that Barry said, like, "You're not acting like a villain today, Captain Cold," and he's like, "I'm not trying to be a hero." I mean, what are your thoughts on that for like Legends of Tomorrow?
Well, I think it was a good setup for it. Like, I think they're kind of course, leading him in for that show.
Yeah.
I wish they could have showed more of him because I do like him as an actor. I think he's great. I really would like to have seen him played a little bit more, maybe actually do the whole hero thing, maybe coming in, save the day kind of a thing.
Yeah, so maybe he came in on the side and like helped out. I think that with Legends of Tomorrow, that it's going to be great to see him. I bet he's going to be one of the more leads. Mm-hmm. And he's had some really good dialogue, especially this last episode where I think they're really growing his character. And it's not so much just zingers and one-offs, that he'll be able to have a bigger role. So that comes out January 21st. It'll be on Thursdays. Mm-hmm. So we have a full week of comic book fun. The Trickster was back just in time for, what's that movie coming out this one? I don't even know. But so how'd you guys like Mark Hamill in this episode?
Oh, I thought he was great in this episode. I thought maybe he skewed a little bit too much to his like Joker side. A little bit campy, but it was just fantastic to hear that voice again. People like that crazy zany that he's got going on.
Yes.
It actually kind of reminded me of a very Burgess Meredith Penguin meets, the animated series Joker. It was kind of a cross between those. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a fun time when he's on. I was actually surprised there was no John Wesley Shipp, since it was, they brought back Mark Hamill. Usually they pair it with bringing back John Wesley Shipp, and and I was hoping like, maybe we'll learn something. That maybe that will be the final scene, but it wasn't, and I was kind of sad about that. Everybody on Twitter was uproariously tweeting about when he was singing "Deck the Halls with Body Parts of Holly." People thought he said Harley, like Harley Quinn. But my closed caption said Holly. Did anyone catch that line?
Deck the halls with body parts from a girl named Holly. Fa la 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 la.
I caught it, but I didn't think he said Harley.
Me neither.
I thought he said Holly. Yeah, I heard Holly.
Okay,
it's still just a twisted song.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Yeah. You hear what you want to hear.
There you go. But it's 4-1. Melissa, our street teamer, she was determined to prove it was Harley. I think they probably just said it kind of silly, just in case. And speaking of silly and awkward, Snow J. Okay.
Oh my
Do we like that or what? I mean, I didn't think it was fair of Cisco to be giving them grief after Hawk Girl last week with him being all awkward.
I don't know. It bothered me because I think the whole audience, at least I was like Cisco. I'm like, oh come on, just get it over with.
Yes.
Look at you two, just get it over with.
I know. Do you think she'll go to Earth 2 with him, hang out?
No, because we know what happens to her eventually down the road.
True, but I think that's Earth 2, Caitlin. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think with Killer Frost? What's your theory?
No, I think it's her. I think it's this one, just like Cisco's vibe.
And she becomes evil?
Yeah, I think it's her.
I would note, if you look back in the episode, the wardrobe choices this season, they have been putting her in blue dresses all season long.
Have not noticed that.
See, that's a girl thing to notice.
Start looking at that.
They've been definitely, if you go back and look, she had a blue dress on at Star Labs last night. A few episodes ago, she did. I haven't made note of every single one, but I'm gonna like take screenshots
because now I'm actually gonna look like, oh, she was right. She's wearing a blue dress.
I mean, everything is pointed. I'm sure it was a costuming choice. They weren't just like, oh, this one's nice. Because last season she didn't. She wore all kinds of different stuff. And I've noticed it. I'm on to you guys at the wardrobe department at The Flash, which they're actually pretty fun to follow on Instagram and stuff. The wardrobe. I would like to behind the scenes tour. That would be super cool.
See, the guys are like, we just want to wear the costume.
Yes.
We don't care about the red.
I want to know.
I'm not looking at Barry going, nice shirt, can I borrow it? I'm like, can I wear the Flash costume?
Just once.
I'd like to wear that just once.
Yes. So speaking of wardrobe, Zoom and all his little appearances with Wells and Sketchy Wells. We were talking about, like, why doesn't Wells just try to get the mask off him because obviously he's too fast. That's the correct answer. But what was your thought on Wells tonight in this episode? Did you think that, did you guys come into the episode thinking he was bad and then realize, oh, maybe he wasn't so bad and he's getting turned over to the dark side of the Speed Force? Dun, dun, dun. We gotta make all kinds of Star Wars jokes.
Well, I actually thought something was going on with him in the beginning, like the very first episode. Like, I thought he had a hidden agenda in some form of fashion or another. So this just kind of added to it.
Yeah,
you know.
I thought he had a hidden agenda, but I didn't think it was just getting his daughter. Do you think there's still something more?
Yeah, that's it. I agree with you. I think there's more than just getting his daughter back from Zoom. It seems like, because he seems evil.
Yeah, there's something.
You know, there's something else.
Yeah, I think he's become progressively more deadpan in this episode. One of my favorite lines when he goes to the houses to get the gifts. He goes, "Your presents, give them to me."
Your toys, give them to me.
Mom!
That, I think he's getting, I mean, he had a lot on his plate this episode because Zoom kept appearing and obviously he wasn't telling them. But now what do you think is going to happen with Barry's interaction with him now that Barry's begun to kind of trust Wells?
I think Wells is going to use that to his advantage and start pushing Barry more and more to get that Speed Force built up.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
The thing with that, though, is the faster Barry gets means he can beat Zoom. So.
Yeah, true. Double-edged sword.
And maybe that's what he's going to do. He's going to think he's on Zoom's side, and he's fattening Barry up, and then Barry can take him on.
That was another fattening up the Christmas goose. It wasn't necessary, CW. It wasn't necessary.
Too many cliches.
It was too many. Too many. I had written them all down, and I was like, I don't even want to read them. No. The presents that had bombs in them. Here's a question I have about all these metahuman attacks. Does Iris send out a press release when you're sitting at home, someone comes to your door, and then all your presents fly out of the windows and they go into a hole in the sky, and then we don't address it? Thoughts?
You know, I think like every TV show, and especially ones like this, you just can't address everything.
True.
Because honestly, even on that note, when Barry, you know, his girlfriend basically came up to the Flash and, you know, put that thing on his leg so he couldn't move. I looked at Jason, I'm like, all he has to do is twist his arm real quick and she'll just get blown right away.
Exactly.
You don't have to talk to her, just,
I
and she'll
thought
just.
about that too, yeah.
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 So you know, I just think some things they just won't address.
True, and you have to bend reality. Well, I mean, obviously you're bending reality, but okay, where did the presents go? Are they on Gorilla Island or whatever it's called? It's
It just exploded.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, they all exploded. It was.
I didn't know. Okay, they exploded. I was thinking they went through the hole and just were stuck there.
I actually thought when they exploded that it was, you know, people were going to look up and almost think it was like fireworks or something because it's up in the sky, right? And it starts raining down and stuff. That's what I actually. That's one Christmas like cliche thing. I'm glad they didn't do. It's like, oh, it's a Christmas miracle, fireworks.
But they did say it. They did say Christmas miracle because they got in every single one of those. Yeah, I think that maybe if you're living in Central City, you're real well caffeinated on jitters, and then you're also just used to weird stuff happening.
Yeah, you're like, this is a Tuesday.
Yep.
Bombs are going.
Why is weird stuff always on Tuesdays?
It's crazy. We should leave.
You know what they should have done?
What?
The trickster should have said to Barry on the screen, meet us on 34th Street. I mean, how cool would that have been? They got everything else in there, right?
I kind of want to rewind it and see if maybe they did.
And then after everything exploded, Cisco could have been like, it is a miracle on 34th Street.
I just need you to
God
rein it in.
bless us, everyone.
Just rein it in.
Oh my gosh. It was very holiday themed. And then I guess we're getting a New Year's one too. So Mark Martin, obviously he killed Patty Spivet's father, and Patty Spivet was out for revenge in the biggest way. Did you think that she was going to learn Barry's identity this episode?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on that she has not?
Dramatic build-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to blow up the relationship.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's either going to
Maybe
end
literally.
it or she's going to embrace it.
Yeah. Because we've learned that secrets don't make friends. And with the whole Iris West finally learning about Barry's identity, man, her character's been so much better this season. And I think it's because she's in on a secret. And that secret, the secret of Wally West, Did you think Joe was like a little too quick to be like, it's cool? I talked to her.
Yeah.
I mean, is that something that you think that for the show they do, or for the character, he just is that way?
I'm not sure. I mean, to me, it almost felt like a little insulting to Barry, because
Right.
this was his son for a good chunk of his life, and then all of a sudden the real son comes in,
Yeah.
and it's almost like you're kind of giving him more of the attention kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But I do like the little nod where he gave Barry the watch at the end. Like, okay, I feel better about that now.
Do you think there's anything more to the watch, or is it just a watch?
No, I think it's just a
think it's
watch.
just a
Okay, it's not anything
symbol.
from the comic books, from the lore. I just like saying lore.
No, I don't. No, I
No.
don't think so.
Unless it's something I don't know about.
Yeah.
So Wally
Watch
West appeared at the Christmas party, because, you know, that's how they do. And do you think, well, first of all, well casted. I think that guy's going to be really cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
Do you think he has powers already, or do you think that'll be something they develop?
I think it'll be something they develop. I think it's all going to involve Zoom somehow.
Good point.
You know, because of course with Zoom was saying he was going to steal Barry's powers, but he already stole Jay Garrick's powers. So I think I think that's how everyone's going to get their powers, is through him somehow.
Or the velocity 6 or 9. Now, in the comic books, is it velocity 9 that gives them, I've heard the 6 is not quite it, and 9 is what gives people the Speed Force. Am I wrong?
I am not exactly sure,
Nobody
to be
knows.
honest. But I was surprised last week that was, to me, that was a perfect way for Garrett to get his powers back. And obviously they're planning something else.
Yeah.
But it just, because I was like, well, that's it. That's how he gets his powers back. Why take him away again?
Exactly.
You know, so
They're
well,
planning something else
yeah,
with him.
they've
Because
gotta
he
be
keeps
planning
popping
something
back
else.
in, not doing a whole lot. I mean, obviously he's Caitlyn's love interest, but there's something more there. And I think that whole relationship is building up to maybe her being Killer Frost or
Yeah, it
Earth
could
2.
be.
Maybe I think he's going to take her to Earth 2. I think Caitlyn's going to get real smitten, and then
Season finale, Ghost Earth 2.
something, yeah.
maybe.
Like, oh, I can't lose love again. Something. In a blue dress, I think. Now, if you guys, because we did this, last night I was on CW Fan Talk, and if you'd like to watch it, they replay the episodes at cwtv.com/fan talk. We actually got to talk with Vanessa Williams, who plays Francine West, the mom of Iris and Wally. So I'm hoping she'll be back. She was actually really cool. Like, I don't love the character because she wasn't awesome,
Well,
but
what she did, yeah.
the actress was hilarious. So definitely check that out, cwtv.com/fan talk. They had a good fun question I want to ask you guys. If you were given Velocity 6 formula and you had 10 minutes or a half hour to do anything speedstery, what would you do?
Oh, wow. Never thought about it. I would probably go run as fast as I can to the coast and then come right back, just to say that I've gone to the East Coast.
Run all the way?
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Okay. What would you do?
I would probably, one, I might turn back time just to see what would happen if you do mess with the timeline.
That's a good one.
But two, I would probably try to visit all the major landmarks, like
Yes.
the pyramids, the Inca ruins, all of that, and just kind of hit them all up in a big
See
split.
him, take a real quick selfie.
Real quick selfie, and then roll around.
Go. Yes.
Yeah, I've got the lame logical answer. I would jam as much art as I could to get done so I could take time off. I literally would be like, okay, what are my deadlines? I'm getting all this done now. I'm taking a month off.
Write an extra book or two.
Just jamming out as much pages as I could so I could blow those deadlines out, go here, the stuff's turned in, and then just sit back and relax for a few weeks.
Chill. You could probably chill for a year.
Yeah, I was just, it'd be a drawing machine.
That's a good answer. Mine is food based, and because they're
Eat as much as I could because my metabolism is so
right.
fast.
So I was like, I'll zoom over to Italy and then eat everything. I'll watch some Anthony Bourdain episodes and write it down and go all over where he's been, eat it all, come back, metabolize, and be like, what's up?
See, you said Italy.
And
You
not
said
worry
Italy.
about gaining a pound.
Yes.
I'm so lame. You said Italy. My first thought when you said food-based was I would hit Dunkin' Donuts and clean them out.
Well, you could do that too. You
Because
could
my
do that too.
metabolism would be so fast.
You could go find where the original donut was created and eat it, or just Boston.
That's
go to
true.
Dunkin' Donuts in Boston. 'cause
Or
there's a couple.
pizza for that matter.
There's a couple there. So we do have a hiatus until January 19th for The Flash, which we're not going to handle very well.
Nope.
But when it comes back, it's going to be a pretty big episode. And then also when it comes back that same week on Thursday is Legends of Tomorrow. So we're looking forward to that. I am most excited about that separate storyline. I was really glad that they kind of cleared up these two storylines from Arrow, the crossover last week, Flash, so we can kind of focus on Damien Dark on Arrow, which is on tonight at 8, and we can focus more on Zoom. So let's check out the trailer for next month's episode when they return in 2016.
Can't figure you out, Barry Allen.
That's because I work hard to hide who I really am. If Zoom finds out who you care for, who you love, he'll take them from you.
You can't keep things from her forever.
Then that's what I'll do. I'll tell Patty I'm the Flash.
The Flash. All new episodes return Tuesday, January 19th on the CW.
I think when that comes on, I may go hang out a good bottle and play a drinking game of how many New Year's cliches they'll do. I think I will do that. Yeah, so like I said, tonight at 8 is Arrow. And immediately after this, we're going to be in the town of Stanley Christmas parade. I'm going to be driving the street team van and trying not to run over my street teamers. And the Flash is going to be there. So if you live around that area, come wave to us. Morgan Fogarty is going to be right in front of us. So I'll make sure not to hit her too. And this weekend, because we're all about the Panthers, the street team is going to be at the Panthers lair. I'm actually going to be at that one too. The Panthers lair is open. It's on Mint and Moorhead, and it lasts from about 11 to like 12:40. So come say hi. We will have goodies, not this shirt, but some Flash cool ones to give away and all kinds of fun stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, so thanks guys for being here. Again, where can we find Fluffy the cat?
You can find Fluffy at homeofthefluffy.com, facebook.com/homeofthefluffy, and tumblr.com/fluffywho.
Make sure you check that out. And Jason, if we want to tweet you.
You can find me at JA Spooner.
And you can talk about comic books.
I'm talking about comic books.
Just
You
the
talk
ones he
about
knows.
anything you want.
Anything.
5 basic questions.
He's learning. He's seen all the movies and
There's
stuff.
a super.
It's like Comic Books 101.
Yeah.
I'm in my sophomore year.
Give me
If there's
the-
4 seasons of The Flash, then I'll graduate.
Sophomore, it's a 201 level for you
Yes,
now?
I'm
I
in
love it.
201 now. It's like intermediate. And then Andy, where can we find you?
Oh, AndySmithArt.com. And like I said, you can go to Heroes or most of the comic shops to get this stuff.
Yeah, art makes great gifts, everybody. I've bought a lot for my friends, and I'm going to keep buying more, so that's what you're getting for Christmas, everybody. All right, have a happy holidays from all of us at Flash Chat, and we will see you in 2016.